Alagang AMOSUP, Associated Marine Officers and Seamen's Union of the Philippines. Ang programang para sa mga Filipino seafarers at kanilang pamilya. Maghahatid ng impormasyon, magbibigay ng inspirasyon, at tatalakay sa kanilang mga sitwasyon, kalagayan at iba pang mga pangangailangan. Alagang AMOSUP. Kasama si Camille Simbulan dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service at Radyo Pilipinas Radyo Publiko.
Magandang araw at welcome po muli sa Alagang AMOSUP, ang serbisyo publiko sa radyong hatid ng Associated Marine Officers and Seamen's Union of the Philippines o AMOSUP at ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Sa programang ito ay pinag-uusapan po natin ang iba't ibang mga programs and welfare services ng AMOSUP para sa mga miyembro at dependents ng ating union. Tinatalakay din po natin ang mga napapanahong issue tungkol sa mga karapatan at kapakanan ng mga magigiting nating Filipino seafarers or sea-based overseas Filipino workers, ang ating po mga bagong bayani ng ating bansa. Ang Alagang AMOSUP ay napapakinggan sa mga shortwave frequencies na 9.920 MHz, 12.120 MHz at 15.190 MHz. Sumasahing papawidin po ang ating programa sa flagship station na Radyo Pilipinas Radyo Publiko 738 kHz tuwing linggo, alas 7 hanggang alas 7:30 ng gabi. Special shoutout po sa mga miyembro ng AMOSUP at sa lahat ng mga Pilipino at Pilipinang mandaragat sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo na nakatutok sa atin.
Alagang AMOSUP dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service at Radyo Pilipinas Radyo Publiko.
Welcome po muli sa isa na namang episode ng Alagang AMOSUP. Today, we join the celebration of International Youth Day with the theme Empower Young Transport Workers. From cadets preparing for life at sea to young professionals beginning their careers, they bring fresh ideas, passion, and a strong commitment to shaping a better future for the industry. In this episode, we'll explore how we can continue to support, inspire, and empower the next generation of transport workers and seafarers. We are pleased to be joined via Zoom by two outstanding midshipman and midshipwoman from the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific, or MAP. Our first guest is Midshipman First Class Wayne Jaisel P. Bugtong, a graduating Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation from the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific, or MAAP, and the Class Chancellor of Class 2026, second batch. A former editor-in-chief of the Kamaya Point editorial board, he led the revival of MAAP's official publication and championed digital journalism initiatives within the academy. Beyond his academic and leadership roles, he actively volunteers with Mission to Seafarers Philippines and participates in youth development and community outreach programs. As a future Filipino maritime officer, Midshipman First Class Wayne is passionate about empowering young transport workers through education, leadership, and meaningful opportunities to serve. Joining us as well is midshipwoman, second class, Renale Gia V. Saison, a third-year Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation midshipwoman at the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific, and an incoming shipboard trainee in 2027. Very exciting time for you. An active member of MAAP's official student publication, Kamaya Point, and the IMEC Cadet Task Force 2026, she advocates for maritime awareness and youth engagement in the industry. Through her experiences in journalism, leadership, and community service, Renale continues to champion quality education, decent working conditions, and empowering young transport workers to lead with competence, integrity, and purpose. Welcome to Alagang AMOSUP, Wayne and Renale.
Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ayan, ang dami ko nang na-share tungkol sa mga achievements nyo, no, bilang mga kadete ng MAAP. Pero can you please introduce yourselves and share your journey as MAAP scholars? What inspired you to pursue a career in the maritime industry, and what led you to MAAP?
To our viewers and listeners, good afternoon, everyone. Student, Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation from the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific po. I am a JEDS Merit Scholar as well as MAP Scholar, and I come from the province of Abra. So I choose this profession because of my family. My father once dreamed of becoming a seafarer, but this dream of his was never realized due to lack of opportunities and what do you call this? Financial constraints. So growing up, I witnessed his sacrifices as a bus driver to provide for my family. And through the opportunities given by Chid, Amosup, and MAP, I was able to pursue the dream that my father once had. And today, I see this profession not just a simple career. It is actually a responsibility because a responsibility not only to support my family but also to serve the Filipino maritime community that has given me so much.
So, good day everyone. I am Ichupuman Second Class Renale Gia Saison. I am a third year cadet incoming shipboard trainee in 2027. So, before entering the academy, I was an ordinary girl. I had the type of go with the flow type of mindset. But when I entered the academy, that's when I unleashed my full potential and realized how studying in the academy can enable me to learn more and do the things that my younger self never thought I could. So I was inspired to pursue this career because I saw the state of my family and wanted to help elevate the situations that we were in. So as a mature woman, my journey was not easy. I faced significant challenges, and this has strengthened my determination to reach my goal as a maritime officer. And I'm also really inspired to do this career because I admire the dedication and sacrifices of Filipino seafarers who provided for their families while at the same time contributing to the global economy. So I see the maritime industry as a profession that offers continuous growth and learning, as well as making a meaningful impact for the new generation of seafarers. That's all, ma'am.
Thank you for your inspiring stories. Wow, talagang family yung number one motivation yung dalawa in pursuing your careers at sea. And I can see that you've achieved a lot in your few years in the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific. Of course, iba yung standards sa MAAP, and being there, and excelling in the academy means a lot. I'm sure not just to you but to your families as well. So, as young cadets preparing for your lives at sea, what has been the most valuable lesson that you've learned from your training at MAAP so far? Any wisdom that you learned from Vice Admiral Santos or from Dr. Oka and from any of your interactions with our leaders?
For me, Mod, the most valuable lesson MAP has taught me would probably have to be resilience with purpose. Since the academy is a semi-regimental, as we all know, it's a semi-regimental training, so we really need to have this sort of resilience within ourselves because when we go on board, life is not really easy. Like, it's never a walk in the park. So I believe that this is something that MAP has taught me to have this resilience. Because when you have such resilience, you'll be able to do things effectively and efficiently. And aside from that, like what I've said, it's not just about having the technical competence. You also have to have that character, and responsibility, and of course, the care for other people.
All right, thank you so much.
For me, ma'am, throughout my stay here in MAP, the most valuable lesson I've learned was living the 7 basic points in which we have as a midshipman. So, to be competent seafarers, it's important to live by the 7 points, which are namely self-discipline, having the self-discipline, initiative, time management, stability under pressure, ability to react with good judgment, exemplary appearance with good bearing, and leadership.
Wow.
So for me, leadership is not just about leading others or making others do something for you. It's also about guiding them and learning from them. Because in MAAP, we value collaboration. We also value discipline and responsi- having responsibility in every action that we do. So in everything that we do also affects the people. So that's the most valuable lesson I've learned.
Thank you. Those are values that I think our viewers will, that will certainly help our viewers as well, especially those who are aspiring to explore opportunities in the maritime industry as well. So, what do you think are the biggest opportunities and challenges facing young seafarers pursuing careers in the maritime industry today? So, let's start with the opportunities that you think are there for young aspiring seafarers like yourselves. Go, Wayne.
For me, ma'am, the maritime industry actually offers incredible opportunities, not just at sea, but also here in the on land, because land based, because when we think of seafaring, people see it as a profession that can also only be uh, worked at sea. But we also have land based. Then aside from that, I believe that young seafarers now have access to world-class training, modern
Mm-hmm.
technologies, and global opportunities that, as we all know, previous generations could only dream of. But at the same time, well, of course, it's a double-edged sword. We also have to face challenges since the
Mm-hmm.
technology is advancing rapidly. So the expectations are becoming high for these seafarers, and of course, the mental health and well-being
Mm-hmm.
really has to be put at the center discourse as well because of long periods away from our families.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the challenge really is not simply to keep up with the technology, but also continuing to develop compassion, integrity,
Mm-hmm.
and resilience alongside our technical skills, ma'am.
Correct. All right, Renale.
Yes, for the opportunities for young seafarers. In today's world, we have a lot of opportunities, and that includes having having to tour around the world and having
Mm-hmm.
access to advanced technologies on modern vessels.
Mm-hmm.
So, therefore, young seafarers can continuously on develop their skills through these technologies and modern equipment to become part of a workforce that keeps the world moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, being a seafarer nowadays is a paradox. It's basically a mix of everything. And we also face significant challenges,
Mm-hmm.
such as communication on board. There's also like power tripping, and we
Mm-hmm.
also have to adapt to stricter international regulations, especially with everything that has been happening, such as the war,
Mm-hmm.
and that directly affects us who are going on board. So we require to live by higher safety standards
Mm-hmm.
and deal with mental and emotional demands of working far from our families. So such challenges require resilience and versatility so that we can commit to lifelong learning as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right. So, this year's International Youth Day carries the theme Empower Young Transport Workers. What does this theme mean to you as young seafarers? With now that we have seen your motivations, we have seen the kind of resolve that you have as young aspiring seafarers, of course, with the training from MAAP and the core values that have been instilled in you by the academy. So, with the theme Empower Young Transport Workers, what does it mean to you as we celebrate this year's International Youth Day?
For me, ma'am, empowering young transport workers means trusting young people not only to become future professionals, but also future leaders. Because as you all know, well, during the days when we say when people learn that there's a uh, young person who's now let's say an officer, people will assume that he doesn't have such experience pa, right? And I feel like that's something that we need to kind of
change.
change that kind of mentality because we are um, because empowerment means giving us the opportunities to learn, to lead, and of course to contribute our ideas while continuing to guide us with the experience of those who came before us. So as young seafarers, we are not only preparing to navigate ships, we are preparing to help shape the future of the maritime industry.
Well said.
Okay, for me,
Renally.
this okay, so for me, ma'am, this theme empowering young seafarers means that everyone deserves opportunities to learn and grow and have their voices heard by giving them a platform. So this includes providing accessible quality education, uh, safe and decent working conditions, as well as equal opportunities regardless of background and gender. So, as future seafarers, we are not only preparing for employment for the high paychecks, but we are preparing to become responsible professionals and future leaders who will contribute to a more uh, safer environment and innovative maritime industry.
Wow, and it's really very holistic, the way MAAP trains you, the cadets. And of course, we see how the alumni from MAAP are performing now, how our alumni are making waves, all around the world, and which makes us very, very proud. And I'm sure that you are also going to chart your own course and will also make us proud in the near future. All right. So earlier, we've mentioned the challenges in the industry. And of course, we have been seeing real time that the maritime industry is rapidly evolving with new technologies, digitalization, artificial intelligence, and not to mention what Renly has mentioned earlier about um, the conflicts in different, the geopolitical tensions in different parts of the world. How is your training in at MAAP preparing you to adapt to all of these changes, innovations, and unpredictable conditions in the maritime industry?
MAP has continuously integrated technology into our education, ma'am, through modern simulators, motion bridge simulators, digital learning platforms, and practical shipper training, ma'am. So, but beyond learning how to operate these systems, our instructors teach us critical thinking and sound decision making. So, because we believe that yes, technology and artificial intelligence are powerful tools, but they are meant to support, not replace the judgment, leadership, and accountability of a well-trained seafarer, ma'am. So I believe that future maritime officer must know how to work hand in hand with technology while never forgetting that people remain at the center of every operation, ma'am.
So for
The
me,
human element,
okay.
yes. Go ahead, Renali.
Okay, so for me, I'm also grateful that MAP has provided these facilities for us. So MAP doesn't limit us with these advancements, but rather they enable us to combine this theoretical knowledge with practical training using modern simulators, digital learning platforms such as the ocean learning platform that we have, and competency-based education. So we are also encouraged to embrace these new technological advancements. At the same time, this can strengthen our critical thinking and decision-making skills. So just as what First Class Bugtong said, intelligence is not supposed to replace us, but to simply elevate the hard labor that we have. So these digital systems are valuable tools in shipping, but they cannot replace leadership and professionalism that we have. So our training emphasizes that technology should complement the human expertise and our creativity.
All right. And I know that in MAAP, it's very, very advanced. You have modules on robotics, I think drone technology, if I'm not mistaken, 3D printing.
Yes, we have, ma'am.
So, whenever you're faced with these new technologies, hindi na kayo naninibago because MAAP has already introduced these to you, the concepts. And I really admire the foresight of Vice Admiral Santos when it comes to the future of shipping, green shipping, automation, digitalization. I really admire MAAP's program on that. All right. So organizations like AMOSUP and the International Transport Workers Federation, or the ITF, are committed to supporting young transport workers, including seafarers, maritime workers. How do these organizations empower you, young seafarers?
AMOSUP and ITF empower young seafarers by investing in both our professional growth and our welfare, of course, through scholarships, welfare programs, legal assistance, and advocacy. They remind young seafarers that they are valued not only as workers but also as people. Well, way back in 2023, I was actually selected as one of the delegates of MAAP during the ITF Expo, and I was able to meet Stephen Cotton, the General Secretary of ITF, and I was able to converse with him, and we were able to discuss about welfares of seafarers, the legal assistance that they have, and advocacy. So with that, I was actually empowered in a way because I knew, because that gave me assurance that even in difficult times, there are people, there are organizations that can actually help me. And personally, AMOSUP has opened doors that made my maritime education possible. Beyond the financial support through MAAP and through AMOSUP, it actually inspired me to become involved in initiatives that promote seafarer welfare. That's why I involved myself to Mission to Seafarers that supports, that gives technical, emotional, and spiritual support to seafarers and their families. And with that, I actually initiated as well a partnership between the Mission to Seafarers Philippines and ABRA Seafarers Association in my province, just so we can have, uh, just so we can lay a groundwork for the first family support network in my province, which will actually happen on August 15, ma'am.
Wow, all
So
the
yeah,
best. Good luck.
and yes po. So with AMOSUP, with their examples, remind us that success in the maritime profession is measured not only by competence but also by service, ma'am. That's
All
all.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Of course, we also appreciate all of your contributions to MAAP and AMOSOP. You've been very active. Yung ITF Seafarers Expo, it was a huge event which really required teamwork and collaboration across all of AMOSUP's service units, facilities, and the organizations that we support, our partners, our allies. And it was a huge success because of all of the efforts that were put into by individual volunteers, representatives across all of the AMSOP and ITF family. So thank you for that. Renale, any insights into the question? What do you think
So,
the AMSOP and International Transport Workers Federation's support mean to you as a young seafarer?
so these organizations, AMOSUP and ITF, play a big role in protecting the rights and welfare of seafarers. So they are also very inclusive about providing training opportunities for everyone and offering mental and mental and emotional welfare support, or they provide platforms and programs that can promote this cadets like Nima. So they also promote safe and decent working conditions, where they encourage young seafarers to understand their rights and responsibilities by helping them become informed and confident throughout their careers.
All right, thank you. That's really, the core mission of AMOSUP and ITF, the protection of the rights and well-being, welfare of seafarers and their families as well. Of course, in the all of the negotiations of AMOSUP with the ship owners associations, stakeholders, at the heart of it all is the compassion, the service that the union can provide for seafarers and their families. Because I keep on saying this whenever we interview seafarers, whenever we talk to our members, their inspiration, their motivation in their careers are always their family. So very holistic ang approach ni AMOSUP when it comes to negotiating for the benefits, for the wages, for the the rights of seafarers, for the welfare of seafarers. It always includes the services that will be also available for their families. Ayan. So finally, what message would you like to share with young people who are also considering a career at sea?
To every young people considering a maritime career, I encourage you to dream boldly and prepare yourself for heartedly, because life at sea is not really easy. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and resilience. But then, it is also a profession that allows you to serve your family, to serve your country, and the global community. So never stop learning, remain humble, and never lose sight of why you choose this profession. Because every departure from home isn't always bidding goodbyes. It's also a representation of you taking one step closer towards your dream. So every voyage is an opportunity not only to grow as a seafarer, but also to become a person who serves with competence, compassion, and integrity.
All right, thank you. Well said. Renale?
So to all those aspiring seafarers, so always remember that this career is more than just an opportunity to travel the world for free or to earn a living. It is a career built on discipline and responsibility. There will be challenges and sacrifices because you're basically gambling with your life when you're at sea. So always be reminded that you have to have an open mind and be continue and always continue on learning, because those challenges can become opportunities for growth. And I'd also like to add that don't be afraid to make mistakes, because these mistakes are your learning opportunities. It's your stepping stone to become someone you want to be in the future. So I'd like to live this one quote that the famous writer Anais Nin once said: life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. It means that we must learn to explore beyond our, because success grows if you choose to let go of this bubble that you're in. And as Vice Admiral Demar Santos always tells us, cadets, take one day at a time.
All right, thank you so much. It's also something that we can apply to our own lives. I'm sure the listeners are learning so much from your words of wisdom. All right. So, maraming salamat, Wayne and Renale. Dami naming natutunan sa inyo. At bago tayo magtapos, on your screens for the viewers, nandyan po ang detalye ng AMOSUP Contact Center or ACC. Nandyan na ating telephone, mobile, globe, and smart numbers na pwede nyo pong tawagan kung gusto nyong ma-reach ang ating mga service units, mga departments po ng ating union. Meron din po tayong AMOSUP Official Facebook page and AMOSUP Official Facebook group. And of course, AMOSUP Official YouTube channel, where we upload all of our episodes here on Alagang AMOSUP. And for more information about AMOSUP as a union, our activities, our welfare programs and services for our members and dependents, punta po lamang kayo sa www.amosup.org. Sa gitna po ng tensyon sa Persian Gulf at sa Black Sea, mayroon din tayong nakatalagang AMOSUP Help Desk para sa inyo. Maaari po kayong makipag-ugnayan sa helpdesk@amosup.org para sa anumang katanungan o tulong na inyong kailangan. Katuwang din po natin ang Department of Migrant Workers at ang International Transport Workers Federation upang tiyakin ang kaligtasan, kapakanan at karapatan ng bawat Pilipinong mandaragat. Para sa agarang tulong at komunikasyon, narito po ang kanilang mga contact details sa inyong screens, ang DMW Kumusta Kabayan, Viber, WhatsApp, and email, at ang ITF Seafarers Support and ITF Manila email addresses and contact number. Nandiyan po sa inyong mga screens. Muli, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay. Salamat sa mga kasama natin sa Radyo Pilipinas na si Ms. Susan Aizon, Milo Jonella, J. Arevalo, Hero Lucero, JP Lumontad, Erwin Peñano at ang ating mga kaamosup na si Lara San Juan at Colleen Abadisio. Maraming salamat to our cadets from MAAP, Midshipman First Class Wayne J. Silbugtong at Midshipwoman Second Class Renale G. Saison. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. We hope more young Filipinos will be inspired by your stories and consider a future in the maritime industry. Best of luck sa inyong training at future maritime careers. We'll definitely be cheering you on. Nandito lamang sa likod nyo ang AMOSUP at MAAP. Pagbati rin po muli sa lahat ng miyembro at dependents ng AMOSUP na siyang inspirasyon ng lahat ng mga programa at serbisyo ng ating unyon. Atin din pong subaybayan ang programang Alagang AMOSUP sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service at Radyo Pilipinas Radyo Publiko 738 kHz swing linggo, alas 7 hanggang alas 7:30 ng gabi. Ako po si Camille Simbulan at ito po ang Alagang AMOSUP.
All aboard sa talakayan. Palalimin pa ang inyong kaalaman. Alagang AMOSUP dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service at Radyo Pilipinas Radyo Publiko.